Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ultimate Sci-Fi here, and today I'm doing review number 4. I am doing part 2, and I'm focusing on the last 4 installments of the Harry Potter film series. So as you can see, this is just what I'm doing. This is just a picture of what they are. So starting with Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the fifth one. Um, in my opinion, this was the worst Harry Potter translation ever. Well, I mean, not the worst, but they didn't. I mean, the only problem is they didn't do everything right. I mean, like the big thing I really didn't like about it, it was short, and they cut out so much stuff from the book that, I mean, to take a book that's that a lot, like, it's like the thickest Harry Potter novel in the entire 7 book series, and it's the shortest Harry Potter movie, basically, which really sucks. Like they had the one thing I noticed in this movie was before I go to the trailer, was that um, they have the whole Umbridge thing where she's like evaluating teachers and deciding who goes, like quote, who goes and who stays, or because she's the Ministry of Magic, or she's part of the Ministry of Magic, and she thinks she has the authority to do that. Um, but in the movie, like it would literally the scene where she asks Trelawney to predict something for her. Immediately after that, you have the sacking scene. Now in the book, that didn't take that wasn't as long. It didn't take as long. It took several chapters for you to finally get the scene of the sacking, which I just found it was like it was really quick. It was like first, like, you're like, you kind of feel sad, and then the second was like, whoa, that was fast. It's like it just really, I don't know. It was just too fast. So I'm gonna show you a trailer here, like I do every episode. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna show here the about the trailer. Um, so I love the Ministry of Magic. I thought that was really cool. You know, it's really dark and creepy. I noticed that how Harry's hair goes from long from the fourth movie to the fifth movie, because if it's short there because Anthony cuts it. That doesn't mean I don't think they really explain it, but I think they technically do in the book. I don't know. Um, this is, I mean, it's like every Harry Potter movie since the second one, dark, but this is like one step forward. Like, this is like the army thing. I mean, it's the same Harry Potter universe. I think they got Umbridge pretty well, spot on. She's not really, she doesn't really look toad-like, in my opinion. But they gotta look pretty good. Uh, I thought that the movie itself was, I mean, it was pretty good, but it just felt like they cut out so much, and I didn't like that. I just, you know, I love how back see, no, it's not this one. It's, yeah, this scene, love the Fred and Weasley, Wizard Weasley scene. I think that translated pretty well from the book. I mean, not I'm not really like saying, like, it's all about translation. It's all about book stuff. But this just happened to be a franchise that was actually taken from the book, and people complain about it a lot. Um, it's some really good effects. The fireworks, I love the fireworks. They're pretty cool. Um, I don't know why Harry's sucking it around. I'm just gonna skip that part because I'm gonna skip that subject because I already know why. um, Although a little weird why Voldemort's in his suit. That doesn't really make sense. Um, that was, I mean, I hate like I feel like Umbridge from the book and the movie, the character herself, she's just plain evil. I mean, like even from the book. I mean, the book you understand she's evil, but in the movie, she's just like it shows that she's evil, and she just it's so bad. Like it's just just I mean, it's a great character, but it's like an evil character. Um, it feels like she's a Death Eater, but I don't think she is. I love uh, the room requirement. Yeah, that was it. I thought that was really. I thought the room requirement was really cool. Um, you don't really know much about the room requirement. It's told in the book, but it doesn't really. I mean, like, they don't really. All Jacob Rowling does is just describe it, and so they don't really know the. When you see the movie requirement, it's just really cool. Although I do what I think I'll get this might happen later. I love this duel between I love the duel between Albus Dumbledore and Lord Voldemort. That was so awesome. Although I don't know if anybody can understand um where can I think it should be uh I'll put it in this video. You'll see it. There should be about now. There should be a thing where uh basically I think it's Voldemort says evil. I think I'm not even sure. It doesn't really. I don't really. I love Lupin. He's awesome. I love how. I mean, he looks a little different, but you know. Um, I love these wand duels because it really kind of takes you back to the magic of Harry Potter. I mean, like, you know, it doesn't really feel magical in the third and fourth movies. Um, and the fifth one kind of brings back the whole, you know, this the wand thing. Practicing magic. I love how that really brings it back to the first two novel. There's first two movies. However, okay, that part right. Okay, this doesn't really make sense. Why are they all in their Muggle outfits? They shouldn't. I mean, maybe the idea is that it's Christmas time, so they're allowed to be in in Muggle outfits, or Muggle outfits meaning, like, you know, everyday clothes, not like in the wizard clothes, which I found a little odd. It's like, why? That doesn't make sense. I mean, I also get why. I mean, I understand that they're not using a whole lot of Order members. That makes sense because can't have all of them, but it just makes sense. Like, every once in a while we'll see. I mean, the first movies they were really good about not showing the Harry and his friends in Muggle attire during school grounds. Like, it wasn't a thing. I think it might have been. I think it might have been. I think it was like a thing like when in the dormitories, but that was about it. But like not like every day. It's not really a thing. It's every day. It just doesn't make sense. Um, the Death Eaters changed. They do. They do. See, look. They if you can see. I'm not. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. If you can see. Let me see if I can get this. See, if you see. Yeah, let me get my mouse a little way. See, you can see the Death Eater looks a little different. They don't have, they're not the skull. I mean, but by that I mean like they, by that, sorry, by that I mean like, in the fourth movie they had like, the Death Eaters looked like, they're like skeletons, or they had skeletal masks and pointy hat thingies. And this one looks nothing like that. I just thought it's interesting that that is a thing. Um, it just doesn't, like. I think my point being is they make so many changes from between movie to movie. It can be a little changeable, or it can be things like, you know, changing the Death Eater's look. It's kind of, I mean, it kind of looks mechanic or I don't know, more maybe Darth Vader-y, kind of the whole, like, you know, maybe more. I don't know. I don't really know. I love his relationship with Cho. That was great. I mean, I wish that they would have they would have taken it further into the books, like would have gotten married to Cho. That would have been awesome. I mean, I'm glad what he got Ginny in the end, but I would have liked to see that them, you know, although I would have liked them to like, I would like them to just to see where that would have gone. I would have liked that, but you know, it didn't happen. But it's okay. I mean, it just, you know, I like their I like how Cho just falls in love with them immediately. This is the same I'm talking about, yeah. Ministry of Magic. That was perfect. The book really, I mean, from the book, I mean, they really got it spot on. The description was you read the book and then you watch the movie. It is perfect. You can tell that that's been translated really well. You got the centaur, the goblin, I think, and then the what the fuck that is. I don't know. But the ministry looks beautiful. It really does. It looks amazing. It looks stunning. It just looks magical. It really. I mean, what do you expect? It's called the Ministry of Magic, but my point is that it looks awesome. It really does. Grop looks awesome. I love Mad Eye's broom. It's like kind of like, you know, crooked and not right. And he went like, you know, he like, I like how brooms are different in the Harry Potter universe. Like that, they're all different. They're kind of, they have their own thing. Sirius looks better. He looks, you know, you don't see him until this one. Azkaban looks. I don't know what to say about Azkaban. It looks kind of like a. I mean, who designed this? It's like a triangle or something. It doesn't really make sense. It's like, I don't know what it's supposed to be. I mean, I know it's Azkaban. We don't actually we hear about Azkaban in the. Actually, not Prisoner of Azkaban. I mean, I know that's the name of that you know, we hear about, but we first hear it. We first hear about it in the Chamber of Secrets when Hagrid's like, not Azkaban prison. That's what he says, and that's a reference to the prison that we later explore in the third one, and also this we finally see it for the first time ever in the fifth movie. See, they kind of, I mean, they go from like having. They can't really see well. You'll be able to say it later, but they kind of go from like I said before, skeletal mask things with pointy hats or whatever to just metal masks with, like, you know, what looks like a Darth Vader like breathing mouth piece. I don't know what that is. It's weird. Okay. I don't. What? How is he? Is he breathing fire? What? That doesn't make sense. Unless he's obviously magic, but like fire, and then a fire snake. London looks amazing too. By the way, it looks really just enlightening or whatever. That scene was great. The scene between Dumbledore and Voldemort, that was so great. This scene, I think you see it later. Okay, that actually, this scene reminds me of the Fellowship of the Ring scene where Bilbo is being chased by Smaug, the firework version of Smaug, which I think I'll do The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings later. In speaking of this, I'll be doing a review of Hobbit and Lord of the Rings maybe next week or in a couple of episodes. But I like how that. I mean, it's not supposed to nod to it, but it's kind of like it kind of shows that it's the same kind of fantasy thing. That was sad. I thought the death of Sirius was really sad. That was my least favorite part of the movie. Was, I mean, yeah, it was just sad. Also, I like how Fox comes back. That was great. That's Fox. That's I love how that's it, you know, nods to Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets, the second movie. Okay, look, like what I said. You got see you got these weird mask metal things that look completely different. They completely changed also the design of the Death Eater's masks. I mean, uh, look at them. They don't. It just doesn't make sense. Like they went from skull things to like skeletal skull things to mask thingies. I don't know what that is. It doesn't really make sense. Um, that was cool. If I could do that, if I could just land on the floor like that, like, boom, that would have been cool. That's probably wires though. That oh yeah yeah. This is from the fourth. This is a thing from the fourth movie. Oop no, back a bit. Yeah, this is a snaky eye thingy. It's literally snake like eyes. Um, I think that's just a flashback. Everything was great. Yeah, I mean, it was I love the return of Voldemort. I mean, I was actually kind of looking forward to seeing. Oh crap! Sorry, to seeing. Let's see if I can. Okay, I'm gonna just get this full screen here. I was kind of hoping to see um, Harry battle Voldemort. I mean, during the fight between or there like when he first sees Voldemort, he wants to fight him but he can't, and I mean, you know, I mean they all grow up, especially Hermione and the boobies. Sorry, I have to say that it just gets me on. But I mean honestly, yeah, the fifth movie was not great. They left out so much, and that was what really affected the movie. That's what really made the movie just be one of the only movie that really did not do well at the box office because of how much scenes were left out. Like they could have. I mean, I get it. Adding all that stuff, all that content from the novel into the book would be like a nearly 2 hour or 3 hour movie. It ended up being an hour and 40 minute movie or something, or like a 100 minute movie. But it's like, seriously, it just makes sense. Um, I mean, like they're all growing up. Like Neville has gotten a lot older. I noticed that he's not none of them are little kids anymore. Um, you know, that was really great. I mean, I thought that the whole. I mean, a lot of the movies, the like the. I like how some of it kind of goes back to Prisoner of Azkaban just a little bit, but this movie was not my favorite. Unfortunately, it really was not my favorite. In terms of bit of kind of the magical aspect of Harry Potter, yeah, I can see this happen. It kind of brings back memories from the first two movies, kind of the magical. But by that, it's kind of it kind of felt magical. The other two, Prisoner, Goblet did not feel very magical to me. I mean, there's still Harry Potter, but it just yeah. Um, like I mentioned in last week's episode about the different changing logos, but about that I mean like the color scheme, the colors basically it's the same logo, but like the colors of the logo change a lot. I noticed that. You just kind of it gets more dark. The colors just get more darker and more shinier and silvery. But overall, I'd give this movie a 4 out of 10 because of how much scenes were left out. Because they don't. I don't know why, but they cut out so much. Like the brain scene in the Order of Phoenix that was cut out. That was like like I mean you can't have everything in it, but they just cut out so much, and it really affected the movie. I mean, it was a great movie. If it would have been a better movie if they hadn't cut all that stuff out. It would have been a lot. It would have done a lot better at the box office. Um, Although why in this poster, you got half of the cast member of the Harry Potter characters in Muggle and half not Muggle. That doesn't make sense. Um, but I mean, it is a pretty sad movie in the end. But because you get Sirius, the death of Sirius, you get Harry almost turned to the dark side, kind of, because he gets really angry. He announces that he's so angry. Also, the invention of Creature, that was great. I thought that because actually Dobby would have been great in this. I think because I think is actually in the novel, but they cut him out, which was really unfortunate. You know, I think they had a, I think they had Spoo. Oh, sorry, my friend's online. Um, I think they had Spoo or whatever the thing that for Hermione was doing. I mean, it was good. I mean, like the character of Umbridge was portrayed really well in this movie. They got her pretty spot on. Um, Very violent, just as vile in the book. Um, but yeah, overall, it's a decent movie. If it would have been better if they had cut out stuff, like I said before, but what can you do? You know, it's a big book. Um, but you know, I guess they had a budget, so they couldn't do everything. So yeah, that's for the fifth movie. Um, like notice how everything's changed. Everyone's gotten good growing up. What do you expect? um, so yeah, then the sixth movie. Um, Now for this one, it went even darker. Because I think every movie gets darker, but this is the um, darkest movie out of all of them. It really is. Although, I just don't get it. Why do the posters keep having the characters in Muggle outfits? I don't get it. And then also Dumbledore doesn't have the hat. That doesn't make sense, or his glasses. Also the in the poster. I wonder if they were doing this on purpose or they just forgot. They just didn't realize this. But you can't really see the Harry Potter logo at all. I think that was actually this is a real poster. You know, but they I don't know what they're doing. Like, did they realize that fans of Harry Potter aren't gonna see the logo? I mean, they know it's Harry Potter, but they can't really see it. um, this was just a really good movie. It was very dark. It really, it was the, in my opinion, the saddest movie of the entire. Maybe not. Maybe Deathly Hallows was, but this definitely was very sad. So I'm gonna go to the next trailer so I can show you. So yeah, the trailer. I'm just gonna show you this like I do every time, every week. I love how they portrayed this really well. They even had in this movie they even had an Easter egg in a flashback scene the first time that Harry goes to visit the young Tom Riddle, or a memory of the young Tom Riddle at that. And they see this small cameo of the rock that they later go to, which houses the cave to the fake Horcrux. It's like, I mean, Dumbledore probably didn't know that it has a fake one. It's like they wasted a whole trip just to find out it's fake. Or yeah, it's kind of the point. And this was a very I love this effect, like the wind blowing on Dumbledore on Dumbledore's bill. That was great. Um, this scene was pretty good. They really they really they got the for if you read the book, you really get the points in this movie or these movies where they really show they really show the movie translation to the book. It really does well to translate. It really kind of this is some of these franchises that do really well. It's just you can just it really yeah. Dumbledore has his hat, but in the poster, he doesn't. It just makes sense. Neither does he doesn't have glasses either. The Warner Brothers changes, or I forget to mention this, but the Warner Brothers logo does change. By that I mean just the color. That's about it. It's kind of like the Harry Potter logo. Quidditch finally returns after what? Well, 2 movies technically, because there was a third. The third one had Quidditch with rain in it. But Quidditch does finally return. I love that. I mean, it's a little different because Harry's now the Quidditch captain, which is very unusual because he's the seeker. He's the Quidditch seeker. He's the job is to catch a snitch, and and when you see it as a captain, it just doesn't make sense. I never really noticed this, but these are actually griffins, I think, or I think yeah they're griffins, which I think they might be hog griffins. Maybe it has even maybe either they're hog griffins or they're just plain griffins, which is apparently is a. I think the idea is it's the mascot of Hogwarts. I think. I just never noticed. I mean, I get I get the crap where. No, it's not it. Yeah, I get the gates are protected because Voldemort's back now, and they're being extra careful. That's nice. And then this is funny because Ron's having fun with himself, and this is it's a little more crowded, and I love that Harry finally goes after Ginny, or he doesn't go after her, she goes after him. I like that really added up, and that I don't know what this means. Looks like maybe an Easter egg, some kind of a reference to a future thing. And then Ron gets okay. This is where it doesn't. This is where it's gonna go crazy. So, in the book, well, actually, yeah, their book, Lavender's a black girl, and she was actually in Prisoner of Azkaban as black, and they changed her up into a white girl with curly hair, which doesn't really make sense. I mean, I can't even remember if that was in the book. Like she described it as that, but she has curly hair, but that doesn't really. I don't know. I mean, I guess the idea of being of going a lavender, her lavender brown is that she has brown hair. I guess I don't know. I mean, yeah, she's curly hair. I'm not sure if that was in the book. Maybe I can't remember. I this I'm just it makes me feel sad, I guess, sort of, because they're best friends, and now she's jealous of him. This was funny. Like every time this happened, every time she quote hit on or not hit on hit, literally hit Ron because he's being clumsy or whatever. That was funny. This was funny when Ron became a girl obsessed because of the chocolates he ate. That was funny. It's getting more evil. This definitely sets up for him killing, because he said this whole idea of the Vatican cabinet is so the Death Eaters can come through, and so that he can kill Dumbledore, I keep telling myself it got pronounced. It's like Albus Dumbledore, but I mean the reason why what's the reason for letting the Death Eaters in? So they can mess around with Hogwarts or something, or try to get Draco to make sure Draco kills Dumbledore. I guess I don't know. I don't know what the idea is. This looks way different. It's now cloud forms. I don't know what the deal is there. This is actually featured in the 5th one. The whole idea of kind of transforming into like black cloud stuff and going and like transporting or whatever. I don't know what the idea is. I like how they explore the Muggle world a little different. I noticed that actually I think I forgot to explain this last week, that they changed the book from Harry Potter 4. They changed they had a whole scene where actually it's Harry gets yet again rescued from the Dursleys in that movie, but they cut that out. So it's the same thing here. They cut this. There's a whole scene where he's at the Dursleys again, and they cut that out. They completely cut it out. It wasn't even in the movie. That's like really not cool. Especially if you read the book and you like, and then you go see the movie. It's like, oh, because you expect it and it doesn't happen. I like how they really explore the Muggle world. You can see the Muggle world from London, from modern day London, and then Ollivanders is destroyed basically, which is kind of unfortunate. I noticed how Slughorn, looks different. He doesn't in the book. He's described as walrus mustache. Yeah, he's the fat the chubby guy, the chubby wizard, but he doesn't have the look. I mean, he portrayed the character really well, but the acting was pretty good. Was very, very good, but he just didn't live up to his description in the book, which I found really unfortunate. that was pretty cool. Like the whole idea. It was also introduced as disapparating and operating, which is a term where we're teleporting to places. Also, I didn't like that. I mean, I know why they did that because I know why they did that because because Richard Harris is not alive, and they made this, so they couldn't possibly do that. But I don't really it just doesn't make sense because they used Gambit as young Albus Dumbledore, which doesn't really make sense because you expect him to be. What do you expect? To bring Richard Harris back from the dead isn't just not gonna happen. But my point is that they just kind of. I really wish they didn't do that. It just, ugh. Because you're so used to seeing Harris, and you see that, and it's just like, ugh. I like how Tom Riddle's in this movie because he's in the second movie, and I like how they explore the origins of Tom Riddle, and and that was just really dark. It really was. This was dark too. This whole movie was dark. Um, this was so sweet. I love this part of the movie. It really was awesome. That was sad. I felt sorry for her. Oh, don't you all feel sorry for Hermione? I mean, come on. The Quidditch match was so awesome. That was so great. This was okay, right there. This was the most saddest part of the movie by far. Maybe not the last. Maybe not of like. I think Deathly Hallows is even more sad, but this is the saddest moment of the entire movie. Um, if not the last four movies, but the most saddest part of the movie was when Dumbledore died. That was so heartbreaking. It really was. It shaked up everything. Um, it made me sad too because I cried kind of like a cry. I almost cried with the Cedric death and Goblet of Fire. That was sad too. But this actually made me almost cry. I kind of feel tears. I mean, wouldn't you all? I think the sad scenes in this kind of movie. Um, I do like how they do try to like show people in their. It's like okay, there's a shot. There's a shot. Yeah, see, Muggle. That's regular everyday Muggle outfit, and then you have Hogwarts. It's like here at Hogwarts. It's like what? Ugh, doesn't really make sense. Those were so creepy. These were really creepy, like really creepy. Those are the most scariest parts of the movie I saw. I mean, it's not also bad, but it really creeped me out. It really did. Uh, it was just, ugh, it just made me freaked out. This was pretty bad because he basically almost killed Draco Malfoy, which was bad. This was pretty sad. I mean, it wasn't as sad as the other things, but this was pretty bad. This is a pretty unfortunate scene. I don't know why they destroyed the burrow. I don't know what the point was. What were they trying to get at? I don't get it. This makes sense. Yeah. This was the the climax of the movie was when Professor Snape kills Professor Dumbledore. That was just like, oh my god, so sad. Um, that was uncalled for. What are you doing, Bellatrix? What do you do? Why are you knocking stuff off? Why are you destroying the Great Hall or whatever? So you can see, yeah, he doesn't have this. He doesn't look like Slughorn. I mean, at least from the book. Um, yeah, everything was great about it. This scene was great. This was an awesome scene. That was awesome. That was so great because it's like the greatest acting I've ever seen from him is you fight back. That that you realize to be either half Blood Prince because every Harry Potter movie is always the whatever the title of the movie, that's gonna happen in the movie. This is this is the half Blood Prince. I don't know how he's a prince, but I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. Yeah, it was really sad. Great logo too. This was very fresh and just like firm and really. This is a really good logo. Um, just saying. Um, So yeah, the Half Blood Prince, very very good movie. Um, I thought it was really sad, and it did bring me tears a little bit. And it just it lived up to the book most of the time, just not the Slughorn part because that didn't really make sense. I didn't really notice anything cut from the book. I think Debbie might have been in this one, but I don't remember. Um, I can't remember all that was cut, but I know there probably was something cut because they can't make everything right. But they did a pretty spot on job with this movie. I thought that they did a really, it really, it translated well like all the other movies. Um, this was just dark, and I love it. And you get the origin of Voldemort, where he came from, how he became evil. That was so awesome. Um, and like Hermione and Rod and Felicia, they kind of go. It goes even farther. Of course, there's a jealousy thing, but um, it was good. So yeah, for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part One, um, I did notice that Hermione's hair goes from bushy to kind of almost straight, like not like kind of from bushy to a little more wavy, kind of not as a little more straight. I didn't like that. That was not cool. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what. I mean, I get the reason why they split this into two movies because it's really thick. Um, I mean, most movies from things like this are they're just big. They're just really big, and so they gotta. And sometimes you gotta split into two parts. Like Hobbit. That's not really a. I wasn't really a. That wasn't necessary. But this was. It answered a lot of questions that we finally understand what Horcruxes are, and this is the quest. This is the first time you're not in Hogwarts, which was so great. Let me go into the trailer. Actually, no. I'm gonna go to here. Okay. Here's the thing. I'll just go here. Okay, so sorry, there's all these ads in the way. Let me just pause this for a moment. Get rid of all these ads. If I can. Hang on. This is rather annoying, actually. Okay, sorry about that. All right. So yeah, this was great. I mean, I thought I mean, I like the appearance of Rufus Scrimgeour. I'm not really remember him how he's described in the book, but they did a pretty good job with him. I mean, I like how he's played by Bill Nighy. He's a really good actor for that part. He died pretty quickly, but you don't really see the death. You just understand. I mean, it's just like the book. He just described it as being killed off. So yeah, and then Voldemort's even is on. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So, she went from the bushy-haired Hermione you see in the previous movies to this, to just kind of like, well, I guess it's supposed to be bushy, but it kind of feels more straight than usual. Harry looks like he has a little bit of a mustache or like a beard going on there, kind of like facial hair. He gets a lot. Everyone's older. Everyone's older. They kind of look more or less like from Harry Potter 5 to this now. This is like the final battle. This was sad, but it wasn't as sad as the sixth novel. The sixth book movie, I think. I like how Harry and Hermione's friendship just kind of stays strong throughout the movie, throughout the entire book. That was pretty cool. How he thinks he sees Dumbledore, but it's really Aberforth Dumbledore, who's the brother of Dumbledore, Albus Dumbledore. I like how they when in different movies they recap, they kind of flashback to the previous movie, the end of the previous movie. I kind of like how they do that. That was just perfect. Let's see, that was pretty sad when actually it was kind of scary the first time I saw it was when the first time I saw Snake, I was jumpy and like whoa. It was frightening to me. Also Hedwig dying, that was big. That Snake was Snake, it was pretty ugh. Ugh. It was a lot, it was bad, but Hedwig dying was really sad. um you know, I like I like the disguise, I like the apology potion, Connect again, and then Dolores Umbridge's back. Ugh, bad. Like kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings in a way, where they're traveling, just a bit. Ugh, Nagini's horrible creature. Turns out she's a Horcrux. Actually, I didn't even realize that. Like, oh my gosh, didn't know that it's a Horcrux. Who knew? That's what the scene that made me. This scene right here, when you see the snake. Let me. Yeah, when you see the snake bite, that was freaky. I love Hermione's red dress. That was so pretty. It was beautiful. Yeah, no. This scene was by far the perfect translation. It really was awesome. Um, it it was just perfect. The translation to this scene. This is the one scene that translated the best out of all of the other scenes that I've noted. It just translated the. It was just the greatest translation I've seen in my life. It was really really well done. It was so funny. I like the scene. I like the scene where Red Doors like we're identical considering they are twins. So you know, um, everything about this was great. Uh, this was so that was so cool. The Seven Potters was one of the scenes that they got right on the first try. Um, you know, the Snatchers was good. It was crazy, creepy. Um, that these battles were good. This was sad, in my opinion. It was sad because you see them argue, and that's not what they do. They're best friends, and that's what they're not supposed to do. And then it's like, no, you don't understand. Your parents are dead. You have no family, and that really crushed Harry because he does not have family, and the Weasleys treated Harry like family. And when he hears that from Ron, it's like, oh my gosh, how could you say that? That's the horrible thing you could say. And then start fighting, and that's just, ugh. And then Hermione is just looking, just watching, and it was bad. And I like how they danced later, but I mean that was cute where they danced. Finally, Dobby's back. It's like he's in the movies, like he's in the past, like books. He's in the books. He really is in the books. Like I think he's he might be in the fourth book, or I think he's in the fifth book and the sixth book. But he's not. He's finally. It's like why couldn't they bring him back in the other ones? I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. But they didn't bring him back, so you know what are you gonna do? But you know he looks different. He looks fresher. It's voiced by the same guy, but you know it's dark. I mean, I think the darkest one was Goblet of Fire. But this was just it was good. Like these sky. I like the Apology Potion effect. That was great. I thought that worked pretty well. That theaters look different. I didn't even notice that they look way different. Um, they look they just kind of they changed the look of the Death Eaters. Yeah uh they started out with like cloaked, like all cloaked up, and now they don't even have that. They're just like ugh, they don't look the same. This is I know, but I think the reason why they did this is because they found Harry or something, I guess. Yeah. I like how Ollivander's back after like what, 6 movies. Technically, yes. That's that's actually from the 5th movie, Order of the Phoenix. Yeah. This was the moment where like and then you get like what happens like oh that's the end of the movie. That was awesome. I love this effect where you actually see the logo kind of do this. Do 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 do. Like I love this how it kind of the lightning makes the logo basically. I love that. Look at that. I love this effect. The lightning just makes the logo. That's awesome. That's my favorite, by far, favorite effect I've seen ever. Yeah, that was so cool. It was a great movie. It really was. You know, it was a good movie. I liked it. They really did a really good job at making it look good. Though Hermione's hair did change a bit, but and Harry's wand did break, which was unfortunate. Um, but you know, the tent, but the tent worked pretty well. Um, I thought they captured that, and they, of course, what do you expect? Big on the inside, and also, um, Hermione's handbag, the thing that has like the bottomless handbag, that's also big on the inside, which is a Doctor reference, totally. Um, so yeah, and then Deathly Hallows Part Two. This was the final battle. The final battle. I loved it. It was very sad. It was just as it was just as sad as as Part One, but it just felt more sad. And I thought it was great. They did a really did a good job at making it what you expect for Harry Potter. Um, okay, so here's let me pause this for a moment. I'm just gonna fix this stuff if I can. I don't think I can. Okay. All right. Well, I'll continue this. This was. I like how they brought Lily back. The mother, I think it was the same actress who plays Lily in the first movie. They brought her back, and I thought that was captured really well. But yeah, I thought that young he looks so cute. Just saying, he looks amazing. He just looks so cute. I just want to have him, little baby Harry. He's so cute, adorable. Yeah, adorable. I like how they brought back. They used archive footage from the first movie, and you see Harry as he was in the first movie. I love how they brought that back. Although the wand is different. I don't know why they. I don't know. I still don't understand why he replaced his wand. He didn't. His wand didn't break in the second movie. It was still there. So I don't really understand that theory about why. But the idea of why he got a new wand. I never really understood that one. You know. I like how they all have these flashbacks, and it all leads to this. I love that. It's just they have all these flashbacks to. They have the Battle of Hogwarts was the greatest battle ever. It was sad because characters did die, but this is like his final choice. He has to face Voldemort. It was everything. You got the Dementors. You got all the evils of the Harry Potter universe. It's just bad. I mean, I think this movie really, like, it turns out that Harry's actually. What I liked about this movie was that it turns out that Harry is actually, he's the Horcrux. He's the final Horcrux. Like, apparently he's a Horcrux himself. He must be killed in order to finally defeat Voldemort, which I found really odd. It turns out that you know, Snape was actually needed to protect. He actually was trying to protect Harry. And was talking to Dumbledore about that, and it was great. I love this scene was great because you have Warwick Davis, and you have Paladin Push Effect again. I love that part. There's always, I mean, what do you expect? Dragons. This was perfect. This dragon thing, that I don't know what dragon is, but it's so perfect. They translated that perfectly, to dragon. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, I think that's CGI dragon, but even so, it's This was pretty epic. But you got Hogwarts versus Voldemort and Death Eaters. Um, this was the defense of Hogwarts. That was great too. I don't know why Maul is doing there. I guess they're all just defending Hogwarts. Um, that was sad to see. This was the this was sad to see Hogwarts burning and just being getting destroyed. That was sad. And you have Lupin. You got Remus Lupin and Minifedora Tonks, who are married, and they just, yeah. It was sad, but you got all these characters. You got, I mean, Hermione looks way different than she did in the first movie. Of course, duh. Her I mean, well, first of all, her hair's in a ponytail, which has never happened. And I actually realized that happened in part one. Then I never really realized that, but that actually happened. Um, Professor Flitwick, of course, looks different as he does always. The Defense of Hogwarts was great because the whole force field. This was great too. That was awesome. I love the Ogre Wars. You got the Death Eaters, the Dementors, everyone. This was cool too, to have Harry in his Muggle outfit underneath, or in his Hogwarts in his Muggle outfit underneath his Hogwarts uniform. Like he put his Hogwarts uniform, or he put a Hogwarts uniform over this. This was just a great nod. I don't know why they keep wanting to have a prince. The line, "Not into my daughter, you bitch." That was awesome. This was crazy because it's huge. I mean, the room requirement is huge. It's never been this big. I mean, I don't think so, but anyway. This was sad. This was so sad because you got brought back all the actors in the Harry Potter family, or at least who are somehow related to family, had to have more either a friendship. This scene here was okay. Let me see if I can bring it back. Like that scene. This scene was so sad because they think Harry's dead and he's actually not dead. Neville stands up to him. Neville's tough. You know, it was so great. This was just so sad. Giant spiders were great because you that's kind of like a nod to Chamber of Secrets. This was a Horcrux apparently. This was awesome. I thought this was finally led up to everything. You know, you got Voldemort versus Harry. Yeah, it was so sad. It was epic, but it was also sad. I don't think people like the fact that Voldemort burns up in kind of like a ash way, kind of like an ashen, like kind of goes up in smoke and as an ash. People don't like that very much. Battle of Hogwarts everything was great. All these characters just evolved and now they're gone and dead and just. I like how Albert Dumbledore is fighting the thing. This was awesome too. Yeah, the entire thing was awesome. I like how the effect of this is the entire Harry Potter logo just does this. 3. But yeah, I thought that Deathly Hallows Part 2 was really, really good. It was the entire movie. It led up to everything, and you expect it to. Why I don't know why they're in their Muggle outfits because they're not going to Hogwarts anymore, which is sad. I think of the book that I think it's said in the Wikipedia that Hermione goes back to Hogwarts after it's rebuilt and completes her final year, I think. But it's very sad. All these characters die. It's a battle. You finally get to see Voldemort. Harry Potter battling Voldemort, which is so awesome. The entire movie, it was not my favorite, but it was definitely a movie that was worth seeing, and I loved it. It was so great. You know, it was sad because it's the final movie in the Harry Potter movie trilogy. Or, I'm sorry, movie franchise. I hate the trilogy there. I meant franchise. But yeah, it really summed up the movie. I'm quite sad that it's over. But yeah, I thought it was really well done, and and they did a good job. So yeah, I'd say all four of them. I give, like I said, I give Order of the Phoenix a 4 out of 10. I give Half-Blood Prince a good 9 out of 10. I give part one. I get both parts of Deathly Hallows a 10 out of 10. I'd say, because they did such a good job, and they brought back all these characters, and it just lives up to the book. So yeah, I'd say these four movies were great. The only movie that I think that didn't stand up because of how bad it was, because of how much it cut out, was Order of the Phoenix. So yeah, I think all the movies were great in the entire franchise. So yeah, that's my review on the last 4 installments of the Harry Potter franchise. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Reviewed. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, that'll about do it for this week. So yeah, all right, see ya.